Hello everyone, my name is Akif Nawaz and today's video is all about the controversial Nobel laureates in literature. So Nobel Prize basically is the highest award that is awarded to highest achievers in a particular field. So we'll be talking about some of the most important and controversial when it comes to literature. So let's start talking about all of them one by one. The first one is Peter Handke. Peter Handke was awarded back in 2019 just because of his novel A Sorrow Beyond Dreams back in 1972. He has written it and it was one of his most notable works of all times. Now, Handke's award stirred controversy because he supported Serbian leaders and who was accused with ethnic cleansing, right? So the next one is Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan was awarded back in 2016 and he was awarded for his poetic expression within his song, especially albums like The Times They Are a Changing in 1964. Now, he was really controversial just because he was a songwriter and he did not fit the traditional definition of literature. Some literary purists argued that the Nobel should go to novelists, poets, and playwrights. As he was a songwriter, so this stirred the controversy that he did not fit the pure definition of literature. So that's why. The next one is Orhan Pamuk. He was awarded back in 2006. He was recognized for his novel My Name is Red, written in 1998, which blends historical fiction with philosophical musings. Now, why was he controversial? Just because of the fact the Turkish author became controversial after he made statements acknowledging the American genocide and Kurdish issues, which led to charges against him in Turkey, and that is why his win was seen by some as a political statement rather than a purely literary one, right? The next one is Alfredi Jelinek. Alfredi Jelinek basically is a female writer, and one member of the Nobel Committee resigned, calling her work whining and unenjoyable. Her novel, The Piano Teacher, written in 1983, is one of her most famous and controversial works, and because of this work, she was awarded with a Nobel Prize. Now, the Austrian writer's feminist and anti-fascist works were seen as politically charged and provocative. Some criticized her for focusing on violence, sex, and domination in her writing. So just because of these reasons, one of the member of the committee resigned, and along with that, she was charged with like political and provocative works that she had written, and she was more focused on violence, sex, and domination in her writing. So these were the reasons on the basis of which she is considered as a controversial Nobel laureate in literature. The next one is Dario Fu. In 1997, he was awarded with a Nobel Prize for his work Mistero Buffo, written in 1969, a satirical masterpiece, and an Italian playwright known for his satirical and politically charged plays. Fu's work often criticized the Catholic Church, Italian government, and other institutions. His selection was controversial due to his political radicalism and pursued anti-establishment views. So Dario Fu was controversial because he was against Catholic Church, Italian government, and other prominent institutions. And due to his political radicalism and perceived anti-establishment views, he was really controversial. The next one is Alexander Solzhenitsyn. Back in 1970, he was awarded with a Nobel Prize because of the work The Gulag Archipelago, written in 1973, a damning account of the Soviet labor camp system. Now, he was really controversial because the Russian writer was a fierce critic of the Soviet Union, and his works exposed the brutal realities of Soviet labor camps. His award angered the Soviet government, which saw his recognition as a politically motivated attack, right? The next one is Jean-Paul Sartre. It's a French name. It can be pronounced differently, but it's a noun. So if you pronounce it anywhere, if others understand it, it's fine, right? Now, his seminal work, A Being and Nothingness, written in 1943, is one of his most significant texts in existential philosophy, and Sartre declined the prize, which in itself caused a stir. He argued that a writer should not accept accolades from institution and maintain his rejection as part of his personal philosophy. The refusal and the ideological stance behind it made headlines. So these are the different writers who got Nobel Prize just because of their works, but they were controversial, all of them, and there are numerous reasons behind it. So we have discussed all of them one by one in detail. Now, if you guys have to add anything, you can add it in the comment section. And I hope you would have learned something from the video. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.